10 crazy ways to cross the border. Illegals find really weird ways to cross the border secretly. Some hide in passenger seats, others in a dashboard. Don't even bother to count those who get into a car trunk, but vigilant customs officers are difficult to deceive. Yes, as you understood, there are 2 ways to cross the border, on foot or by car. The second option leaves more space for imagination. And a young girl got into a car dashboard. And only come to think of it, at first, in one country, the girl lay down in there and for several hours helped some people from the inside to put the dashboard back together. Everything had to be done so that nobody would notice. Then they went to the border and waited. So maybe the customs officers didn't hurt the girl, but saved her. Perhaps the simplest way to hide in a car is to get into the trunk. And clever illegals managed to get into small trunks with several people packed in side by side. Just imagine the atmosphere inside. It should be very intimate, especially if canines are around. And here's a more sophisticated method. What part of the car attracts the least attention? Of course, seats. Who would bother to check them anyway? I mean, inside the seats. And some managed to hide inside them. I would even say become a seat. And how on earth can it pass unnoticed? If hiding in a car trunk is way too simple for you and you're afraid of being caught by the cops, here's a safer way. Illegals get inside suitcases, but if at the airport there's an X-ray screening of luggage, it's possible to sneak across the border. And it's not a joke. Many border patrols don't check luggage. They just can't imagine there might be a man inside. And if you travel by car, you might have noticed that you hardly ever need to open the car hood. That's what illegals take advantage of. If there's some space under the hood, they just hide in there. If there's no space, they throw away everything unnecessary. The AC, the gearbox, and the accumulator. And as for the car, apparently you'll have to push it across the border. Those who love border crossing must also like action movies with Statham or Chuck Norris. They prefer clinging to the car bottom and cross the border like this. I have one question though, don't they feel hot near the exhaust? And what will they do if there are dogs on the border? And how do you find crossing the border and getting to the country of your dreams where you can probably earn some money in a flower truck? That's tough. They must have small pies made in their noses after that. Now, if you're flexible enough and not afraid to fall out on the road at a high speed and be run over by a car, here's your choice. Hiding under the bumper. Usually there's a protection layer that softens a blow if that happens. If you remove it, there will be some extra room where you can lie. And finally, an incredible thing happened to a 16-year-old American teenager. The boy crossed half of the Pacific Ocean on the landing gear of a plane and survived by miracle despite the fact that the airliner flew at the altitude of more than 11 kilometers and the temperature outside was minus 61 degrees Celsius. Just imagine how desperately he needed to fly away. So that's it for today. Subscribe to the channel and leave your likes. See you soon.